Greetings, I'm Eileen Rose A. Larana, and this is Lesson 2, Approaches to School Curriculum. In previous lesson, we learned about the different view of curriculum, different definition of curriculum, and different types of curriculum. So, how do we approach school curriculum as a future educator? In this topic, we tackle the 3 ways of approaching a curriculum as a future educator. Let's go!
おはようございます。今日はドリルの時間です。皆さんドリルは持ってきましたか？
Now let's begin in the curriculum as a content. For traditionalists, they equate curriculum as a topic outline, subject matter, or concepts to be included in a syllabus or book. As a teacher, our focus and mission is to deliver this body knowledge or content to students effectively. So, what are the different ways to transmit the body knowledge to students?
Hi, I'm Alice Cinco, and there are 4 ways of presenting the content. First, topical approach is where the teachers related their knowledge into a real-life experience. For example, a grade 11 teacher always connects his topic into a real-life experience so that the students can easily understand and relate. Second, concept approach. It is a fewer topics in clusters, for example, botany, zoology, and microbiology, around sub-concepts, which is the biology and the science as the major and their interaction with relatedness emphasized. Third, thematic approach. It is a concept with a combination of 2 or more existing concepts to develop conceptual structures. For example, debate of great philosophers, they debate new ideas for philosophy to come up with a logical explanation to reach the truth. And lastly, modular approach. For example, books, handouts, module that leads to complete the units of instructions.
According to Skipper 1970 in Bilbao et al. 2009, there are 6 criteria in selection of content. It must be important, correct, useful, within student experience, practical, and interviewing. These are the following guide in selecting a content in the curriculum. Guide number 1. It must be commonly used in daily life. Guide number 2. It must be appropriate to the maturity levels and abilities of the learners. Guide number 3. The goal is to reach the needs and competencies for the future career. Guide number 4. It must be related to other subject fields or discipline for complementation and integration. Guide number 5. It must be important in the transfer of learning to other disciplines. Up next is Basic Principles of Curriculum Content. Did you know, in 1952, Palmer proposed the principle of BASIC as a guide in addressing content in the curriculum. BASIC stands for P. Balance, A. Articulation, S. Sequence, I. Integration, C. Continuity.
Let's begin with letter B, balance. Content is fairly distributed in depth and breadth to avoid too much or too little of the content needed within the time allocation.
A. Articulation. As the content complexity progresses, articulation will assure that there is no gaps or overlaps in the desired content.
S. Sequence. It is the logical arrangement of the content, and the pattern is usually from easy to complex, what is known to the unknown, and current into something in the future. I. Integration. Content in the curriculum does not stand alone or in isolation. It has some ways of relatedness to other content to develop a more powerful understanding of the key ideas. And lastly, C. Continuity. The view in the curriculum should continuously flow as it was before, to where it is now and where it will be in the future. It is spiraling and perennial. Curriculum as a process. In this sense, curriculum is not just a physical thing, but rather the interaction among the teacher, students, and the content. As the process of curriculum happens in the classroom as a question asked by the teacher and the learning activities engaged in by the students. Curriculum process in the forms of teaching method or strategies are means to achieve the end. Used in analogy of the recipe in a cookbook, a recipe is the content while the ways of cooking is the process. In other words, it is what the teacher do to make their students prepare and evaluate.
C. Curriculum as a product is the outcome of achieved learning thanks to planning, content, and process. Someday you'll achieve your manga.